Well, hello tubers. My name's Line Screw One and I am your certified bona fide motorcycle relationship coach and expert because I've owned a lot of motorcycles like I got behind me. That's the new one. That one's called The Doctor, after Dr. Kevorkian, because, assisted suicide is legal in Canada. So that is actually the official name of my new ride. I've had about 7 bikes before this, ridden probably a dozen more of many different sizes, from the little ones to the big ones. So yeah, I got something to say about relationships with motorcycles, and I've had a lot of relationships with the ladies. So I'm totally certified to give you relationship advice about your new bike that you got, or maybe it's an old bike. Hey, old, young, new, gay, straight, or otherwise, doesn't matter. The relationship advice between you and your motorcycle is all the same. So let's get to it. Every season till the end of the world. First of all, when you get a new bike, it's like a brand new relationship, so you gotta take it slow. Don't be farting around that person because you don't want them to smell it. Just like your new bike is gonna be gentle with you, you're gonna be gentle with it. It's all about learning to get to know each other during the honeymoon season of your new motorcycle. Because it is spring and many of you are buying new bikes, upgrading new bikes. Maybe you're a first-time rider. It doesn't matter, because as your certified bona fide relationship motorcycle coach, I'm going to be here to help you. I may not tell you how to ride better or how to maintain your bike better, but I will tell you how to have a better relationship with your motorcycle. That's where my expertise comes in. So the first thing you got to know is when you got your bike and it's all new to you and you're in that brand new relationship, you got to go easy at first. Always wear a helmet. You know what I'm saying? Helmets, condoms, it's all the exact same thing. Because I want you all to be safe out there with your relationships so that you got no problems in the future. Now, the beautiful thing about a relationship with a motorcycle is if it don't work out, you don't have to keep writing a check for alimony. If it ain't working out, you can dump it. Yeah, it's all good. Just make sure you're properly insured so that you get a check and you can move on and start afresh with another lady, or a bike. That's all that matters. Now, before you get too excited, we're only talking about metaphor here. We're talking about motorcycles. We're not talking about the ladies or the guys, because there's a lot of lady riders out there, and I know you've had trouble with your guys, or motorcycles. It's all the same. It don't make a difference. It's metaphor. Get it? So you're on your first ride, your first date. You want to take it really slow, gentle. Don't be doing anything crazy. It's not the time to whip it out and do a wheelie. No, get to know one another, build the relationship, and make sure it has a solid foundation so that you guys know that the bike and you are on the same page and you're gonna get along. Because if you get along, you're gonna have a long-term relationship. Because we all like long-term relationships that are stable. So that's what you need to do. Take it slow. Take it easy, be safe out there, and wear the helmet just like I mentioned. Now you're asking, where do I know all this stuff from? And what is my credentials? Well, like I said, I've owned 7 bikes before, probably driven between 200,000 and 300,000 kilometers. For you Americans out there, maybe 200,000 miles-ish. Many long distance, many short, just like relationships. You got the short-term relationships, you got the long-term relationships. I've had them all. So as your certified motorcycle relationship coach, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to lead you astray, and I don't want to put you in a dangerous zone. Now, I know many of you are thinking, but hey, I want to go fast. I want to feel it. You know what I'm saying? I want to feel it. I want to take that helmet off and feel it naturally. Yeah. In time, you can do all of that. Absolutely, no problems. You guys are all consenting adults. You got your motorcycles, and I hope you're properly insured. If you got all that in place, and you got a proper motorcycle license, no problem. in the beginning, I want you to just experience the joy and the love with your new relationship with your bike. Feel the curves, get into them, carve them out a little bit, just embrace them. Even if they're big or maybe they're small, doesn't matter. We want to see them all, whether they're big or they're small. We don't care, right? You know what I'm talking about. So while you're carving those curves and doing it gently, gracefully, and with all the dignity of a new relationship between you and your motorcycle, you're going to build a good solid foundation where over time you can do all sorts of wonderful and sometimes crazy things. Just like you can do in real romantic relationships. Oh yes sirree. But don't get ahead of yourself. Take it slow and build it. Build that foundation, build the relationship, build the understanding. Because there's going to be all sorts of scenarios that are going to happen that could get you in trouble. And I don't want you to get into trouble, because trouble costs money, time, money, effort, all that stuff that I want to help you avoid. In a real relationship with a human being, for example, if it don't work out, you might have to write a check for quite a while. Not so much with a relationship with a motorcycle. Nah, if you're properly insured, you get the check rather than you having to write the check. So that is a bonus. Hey, no judgment here about relationships or motorcycles. I just want to make sure you're safe. Now, there's going to come a time, I guarantee it's happening in many relationships, where you're going to want to maybe bring another motorcycle into the relationship. And maybe it's going to be you, your motorcycle, and another motorcycle riding together. You know what I'm saying? That creates all sorts of potential problems. It can be done safely. Yeah, it can be done. But approach it with a lot of apprehension, because you want to make sure that your bike doesn't hit another one. You know what I'm saying? Because you might have to write a check. But hey, I am your motorcycle relationship coach. I got to tell you all the scenarios, and I'm just assuming you are adult enough to understand the metaphor. Now, before you have that wonderful cruise, make sure she's all warmed up and the tire's nice and warm. You're feeling good, you're nice and clean, the bike's clean, so you're styling and profiling while you're cruising. Very, very important. But don't get ahead of yourself. No. And don't misunderstand your relationship with your bike until you've got that solid foundation that I've talked about. Because if you start accelerating that relationship between you and your bike, you could crash. Yeah. Don't do that. So take it slow. Nobody's looking for some big long-term commitment right off the bat. No. Take it slow. You have to make sure that your new relationship with your bike is ready to handle what is ahead on the road of life with you. So, for example, make sure that you understand the scenarios that you can do with your bike. For example, if you came home late, all drunk, after hanging out with the boys, you're going to get a bit of negative feedback. Just like with the bike, if you take her into a curve and you don't have that relationship life skill to handle that tight curve at a high rate of speed, yeah, you're going to run into some serious problems. Don't want that to happen to you. So always remember, build the foundation, then accelerate the relationship, see what it can handle. But don't put yourself in a situation where she's going to be bitching at you because you just did something a little too bad. And guess what? You're going to be the one that's going to get hurt. Physically, for sure. But, hey, it's all about the metaphor, right? The bikes, they're like ladies, they're gentle, but they're fun. They can be fast. Hey, nothing wrong with a fast bike. Nothing wrong with a fast lady. Hey, vice versa. Could be a guy, you could be a chick. Doesn't matter. Gay, straight, otherwise, just like I said. Don't matter. No judgment. Hey, we're here to help. If you have to dump that bitch or that bike, if it means saving your life, do it. They're just going to write you a check if you're properly insured and you're doing exactly what I say. Otherwise, seek professional legal help. Hey, it's the same with motorcycles. If you get into a liability situation where you're looking at a lot of money, hey, seek and secure proper legal representation, and perhaps it may work out for you. So in the meantime, folks, I hope I helped some of you with your summer of love, riding with your bike. So in the meantime, folks, stay safe. Keep your wheels on the ground. 2 wheels this time, not like the RV behind me. It's got 6 wheels. Yeah, I always do that, keep your wheels on the ground, but this time, 2 wheels on the ground, firmly all the time. I insist.